Yes. So, we're gonna start back all the way back over. Or you gonna start from
Walt and I met on Instagram. He was in my inbox. We all know how we feel about somebody in our inbox. Like, no, I'm not gonna take them seriously. But this situation was actually different. So I'm here to tell you, everything in your inbox is not trash. But because he's a lawyer, I had my own preconceived notion about that. I was actually in a process of suing another lawyer over a bad legal deal. So it was actually a complete turnoff to me that Walter was a lawyer. To some, that's a plus, or girl, you better talk to him. But I was like, no, I don't even care. Nope, I'm done. I know they can be little slick talkers or whatever you want to call it, but I was like, nah, I'm good. He ain't finna game me. But it actually turned out to be a good thing, because I say, it was God said, because like I said, I was in the process of suing a lawyer, and Walter came and he helped me out. And
yep. Yeah, so but look, obviously one bad lawyer gave all bad lawyers a bad name in her eyes, and I think a lot of us deal with that when we're dating. We may have one bad relationship with someone in a particular profession or from a part of town, and then we just kind of loop them all together, and that's not right, but it's normal, it's natural, it's human, right?
Yeah. So yeah, because I was only going off of Walt Instagram, we had a few conversations on the phone prior to us actually meeting for the first time. I was only going off of his Instagram videos and conversations, so he's very articulate, uses all his words correctly, and, he speaks with his collar up, and yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to be Michelle Obama. I'm gonna wear this church dress on our first date. I'm gonna go in here with a briefcase and some glasses. I'm gonna have to come on with it, and that was not my norm. But it was actually the exact opposite. Walter, I just had all these thoughts in my head just because of his profession. But he is not his profession. That's just how he makes his money. That is not him. He's outside of the court or outside of his office. Walter is very very playful, just all of this stuff. So I was really in my head. I was really gonna block my own blessings, to be honest with you. But he was actually down to earth, and I'm very down to earth. We're both, you can say, homebodies. We'll go outside. At the same time, we're just as content being at the house, playing Uno, watching TV. So we do have a lot of similarities whenever it comes to that point. So I was just thinking, okay, you better have on a business suit every day.
When last time you seen me in a suit?
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, this is not, like you said, what I do for a living is what I do for a living, but who I am is who I am. I'm Walter Musgrove first.
He's actually Shanky.
Oh, you?
He's Shanky.
Anyway. Yeah, so I had grouped her with all the other beauticians that, salon owners that I had dated in the past, and it wasn't right. But, so one of the preconceived notions, or one of many, was that she would be messy, that she would be an attention seeker. And I didn't want that. I'm private in that regard. I don't want nobody talking about me and who they date. I want to be under the radar. And I thought that would be an issue. And the truth of the matter is, it wasn't. She really did allow us to develop, date in private. She's not a messy person. She's definitely not an attention seeker. So that was really, really attractive to me. I also thought, because she's a very beautiful girl, there was going to be a certain level of shallowness and lack of depth. But the truth of the matter is, she has a lot of religious convictions. She definitely is a believer. She strives to live the life of a believer, of a Christian. And I found that to be very surprising, just because of my own preconceived notions about pretty girls, especially ones who own big shops.
So you don't think pretty girls are Christians? You don't think we have our own relationship with God?
No, I know that you guys do now that I've married you.
So who was you out here talking to that was just cute?
Oh boy, that's a video, baby. That I don't know. It don't matter now I'm with you, but the bottom line is, the fact is, I had judgments about you that were false, and they were based on my previous experiences. That's all that really mattered. It was based on previous experiences, and the fact is, you were not that. You are you, and I'm glad that we were able to work through that and past that to get to the truth of who she really is, which is a beautiful spirit. Her physical appearance is not who she is. It's really what's in her heart, and I really do. I'm happy that we were able to get past that. You wasn't the stereotypical pretty girl that, gossips.
Okay, so on the first day, I purposely wore these mom jeans. Y'all know what mom jeans are, but I wore them purposely so Walt couldn't be looking at my curves, couldn't be looking at my booty. He hates them to this day.
They're the worst pair of jeans you've ever seen.
He got us here.
No. I mean, I guess. But here's the funny thing. She mentioned something earlier about her looks and how she wanted to present more. The truth of the matter is, again, she's a very beautiful lady, and I had preconceived notions about that. You know, I just, in my experience, some of the more attractive women had lacked some substance and depth that I was pleasantly surprised to find in our dating that she had. She has a lot of religious convictions. She does genuinely and did genuinely try to live a life that was pleasing to Christ, and I found that most attractive to me for her. And she's talking about the attire on the first date, which I thought was funny, because on the first date I wore a shirt that said, I believe, like faith or man of God or something. But the purpose behind that shirt was because I too wanted to be received and listened to, and not be what's the word I'm looking for? Tempted, if you will, or elicited for some other purpose other than just having a good, wholesome time. And so part of that was interesting that we both kind of went into it with these preconceived notions, but we took steps to kind of ensure that those preconceived notions didn't actually distract, if you will, from the substance that we offer.
Yeah, I think it just goes to kind of show that we've been purposeful from the beginning, even down to what we wore to initially meet each other. I think all of those things are important. You don't have to wear spandex. You don't have to wear whatever.
I mean, you can.
I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that.
Lord
but in this situation, it was a little different. I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't know me. I really ain't even trying to get to know you. But, you know, you've been pretty persistent these last couple months, so I'm going to give you a try. You finna get these mom jeans and these J's today.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's right. She had on tennis shoes, bro. Tennis shoes on the first date? I was like,
well, we met, and we was at an arcade, so it's not like, why would I wear heels or some stilettos, pumps?
So you asking me or the people?
I'm asking you.
Oh,
what did you want me to wear to the arcade?
Hey, I mean, you know, it's first date attire. You know what I mean? You had the jeans on, crying out loud. You could at least put a little open toe shoe on, let the brother see a big toe or something. She came in there with the J's on. I almost greeted her like, "What up, fam?" You know, but no, man. But we had a good time. The fact of the matter is, we spent time really getting to know each other, and our preconceived notions we come to find were just wrong, and I think it gave both of us some confidence to know that it definitely was God sent.
Right.
It truly was, and it allowed us to be confident moving forward in just our relationship, because we call it saying that God packaged each other for each other differently than what we may have expected. What we kind of came to in our mind to be like, well, this is what my wife will look like, or this is how she's gonna come, and the fact is, it was better. Right. What God brought was better than the gift that I thought I wanted for myself, and so we just we've been blessed to not allow those preconceived notions to be.
And I think sometimes we do allow those preconceived notions or what we think we want or what we think we need to get in the way, and you actually end up blocking your blessing. We have these thoughts of, I want a man that does this, I want a man that makes this much, I want a man that has no kids, I want a man that, but, God is not going to, the person for you is not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to be room for God in your relationship, for that person to grow, to show you. It has to be room for him to do the work. So, just roll with it. Just take it easy. I do have advice just to go into whenever you're dating. Just go into it with no expectations. Sometimes as women, we put all these expectations and, oh, he's the one, he's the one, he's the one. And the Bible actually says, he who finds a wife. So we can't go into it thinking, is he the one? No, just go into it, have fun, take what you can, learn your lessons from the date or from the relationship, and just keep it moving.
That's a good point. Like you said, the Bible does say, he who finds a wife. So it's on us as men to be prayerful, and obviously we are to pursue the women that God has called, the woman that God has put before us. And with that, we're going to have to be tapped in and being able to discern what God sent versus what God didn't send. And so we can't allow ourselves and our preconceived notions to get in the way of what God sent. Because I can honestly say, had I allowed that to happen, had I came in and saying, well, this is just a pretty girl from Instagram, she's probably superficial and materialistic, then I would have missed out on the blessing. And the fact is, as beautiful as she is, she's not materialistic. Does she like nice things? Yeah. Are there some things that come along with having a very beautiful woman that aren't great? Yeah. Like, it takes her forever to get ready. Like right now, we're getting ready to go to the gym, and as you can imagine, it took her forever to get ready.
First of all, it did take me. We was out filming other content, so my makeup and hair was already done. All I did was go in there and change clothes, but that's a whole nother video in itself.
Yeah.
How your day will change whenever you get married, how your timing will change. I feel like I'm always on the clock.
Hey, time is money. It is my baby though, and I'm blessed to have someone who, despite the preconceived notions, the fact is they were wrong. I wish I had another term for preconceived notions other than prejudgments that ultimately end up being false. And that's what it came down to, and now we're here. We're going to be doing more videos. We got something special on the next one. She doesn't even know what we're going to do in the next video, but we are going to do these impromptu videos in which she's not going to know the topic, and vice versa. The next one, she's going to give me a video in which I won't know the topic, and we're going to speak on it. So stay tuned.